Anna is a police officer on a mission when she realizes she is being followed by a suspect. Her captain instructs her to head to City Hall, where a teammate will be waiting for her. Meanwhile, Eric, a billionaire CEO, is being pressured by his grandmother to marry a woman he has never met. When he sees Anna, he mistakenly assumes she is his arranged fiancée. At the same time, Anna believes this is a mission arranged by her captain, so she obediently follows along. Due to this misunderstanding, the two end up getting a marriage certificate. It is only after the fact that Eric realizes the woman he just married is not the one his grandmother had arranged for him. At the same time, Anna finally understands that she has just married a complete stranger. Eric immediately proposes getting a divorce, but the staff informs them that a 1-month cooling-off period is required. Just then, Anna is urgently called back to her team by the captain. With no choice, she asks Eric to save her phone number so they can deal with the situation later. Eric instructs his assistant to investigate Anna, as well as Kelly, the so-called perfect wife his grandmother had chosen. It turns out that Kelly was supposed to marry Eric that day but missed the ceremony due to a car accident. However, her approach to Eric's grandmother had been premeditated all along. Her ultimate goal was to marry Eric. That night, when Anna returns home, she finds her grandfather collapsed on the floor and rushes him to the hospital. The doctor informs her that he has a rare disease and only has about 2 months left to live. Her grandfather then shares his final wishes, hoping Anna will fulfill them before he passes away. First, he wants her to quit her job as a police officer and take over the family factory. Second, he hopes she will find a good man to marry. On the other hand, after investigating, Eric discovers that Kelly is a manipulative woman, while Anna's personal life is completely clean. His assistant suggests that he try getting to know Anna better. Following the advice, Eric calls Anna and asks to meet her. During their meeting, he continues to hide his true identity as a CEO and even lies about being unemployed, claiming that the clothes he is wearing are borrowed. However, Anna still proposes maintaining their marriage and even promises that if they divorce, she is willing to share half of her assets with him. Just then, Anna suddenly receives a call from the hospital informing her that her grandfather is in critical condition. She rushes off immediately, leaving Eric with a slight smile, his interest in Anna growing. When Anna arrives at the hospital, she finds that her family relatives are already there, waiting for her. They try to force her to sign a document renouncing her inheritance rights and returning the family assets to the clan. However, Anna decisively tears up the agreement and refuses. In response, her relatives gang up on her, insisting that, as a woman, she has no right to inherit the family business. They even threaten to expel both her and her grandfather from the family. Anna hesitates, not wanting her grandfather to be cast out. Seeing her hesitation, the relatives pressure her even more. At that moment, Eric suddenly appears, helps Anna up, and boldly announces that he is her husband. He further declares that their future children will inherit the family business. Anna's relatives suspect that their marriage is fake, but Eric produces their marriage certificate and even kisses Anna in front of everyone to prove their relationship, leaving the family furious as they storm out. Anna is deeply grateful for Eric's help, and he agrees to continue their marriage. Meanwhile, the doctor informs them that although her grandfather's surgery is over, his condition remains critical. Unless a top doctor like Jason is brought in to treat him, his chances of survival are slim. Unbeknownst to Anna, Jason is actually Eric's cousin. To conceal his identity, Eric lies and claims that his family once received medical treatment from Jason, assuring Anna that he will help her get in touch with him. Anna thanked Eric and assured him that if he ever needed help, she would do her best to assist him. Taking the opportunity, Eric asked her to help him find a place to stay. In response, Anna suggested that he could move in with her since she had a 2-bedroom house. After Anna left, Eric immediately called his cousin Jason, urging him to return home to treat Anna's grandfather. Meanwhile, Eric's grandmother appeared once again, enthusiastically praising Kelly and insisting that he divorce Anna. Eric, however, proposed a condition. If his grandmother wanted him to separate from Anna, she should test Anna's character first. If Anna refused to help her, he would agree to the divorce. Through his interactions with Anna, Eric gradually realized that she was genuinely kind-hearted and felt confident that she would assist his grandmother. That night, Eric brought some items to Anna's house and found the door unlocked, so he entered without permission. To his surprise, he spotted a photograph of his ex-girlfriend, Ashley, in her room. At that moment, Anna noticed a shadowy figure inside and, mistaking him for an intruder, immediately tackled Eric, leaving him in an embarrassing state. As she tried to help him up, the two accidentally fell into an unintended kiss, causing Eric's lip to be cut and bleed. Anna's heart skipped a beat as she gazed at him, suddenly feeling flustered. She carefully applied medicine to his wound, and Eric took the opportunity to ask about the photo of Ashley. Anna explained that after her parents sacrificed their lives on a mission, Ashley had donated money to help her, and it was that very donation that allowed her grandfather to establish his factory. However, what she didn't know was that the money had actually been donated by Eric under Ashley's name. It turned out that their fates had been intertwined long before they even met. The next morning, Eric woke up and saw the note Anna had left for him, reminding him to eat breakfast. A warmth filled his heart. Just then, his assistant arrived, informing him that he had a schedule to visit several factories that day. Eric also instructed his assistant to send someone to pick up his cousin Jason. Unexpectedly, Jason returned with Eric's ex-girlfriend, Ashley. Years ago, when Eric's parents passed away in an accident and his family faced a financial crisis, Ashley chose to break up with him and leave the country. This deeply hurt Eric, making him resent her ever since. Now, Ashley was back, hoping to rekindle their relationship. Meanwhile, Anna received exciting news. M Group's CEO was scheduled to visit her factory for an inspection. Just as she was celebrating, Eric's grandmother suddenly appeared and dramatically fell right in front of her. Anna, suspecting it was a deliberate act, coldly turned and walked away. Seizing the opportunity, Kelly quickly rushed forward to help, eager to win favor with Eric's grandmother. However, at that moment, a group of thugs suddenly emerged and took the elderly woman hostage. To everyone's shock, Kelly immediately abandoned her and fled without hesitation, exposing her true nature. What she didn't know was that this was all part of a test orchestrated by Eric. On the other hand, Anna, hearing the grandmother's cries for help, ran toward the scene without hesitation and bravely took down the attackers. Deeply moved by Anna's selfless act, the grandmother pretended her leg was still injured. Seeing this, Anna didn't hesitate to carry her on her back all the way to the factory. When they arrived at the factory, Anna was stunned to see Eric there. She thought his true identity was about to be exposed, but Eric quickly covered it up, claiming he had only been hired to play the role of a CEO. He explained that he didn't want to become a burden to her, so he took the job to make money. With Eric's assistant and grandmother cooperating seamlessly, their elaborate act successfully fooled Anna. At that moment, Eric's assistant announced that M Group had officially agreed to collaborate with Anna's factory. On the other side, a worker from the factory went to Anna's uncle's house and revealed that M Group's CEO had decided to collaborate with the factory. When they saw the photos taken at the scene, they were shocked to find Eric among them. Anna's uncle immediately grew suspicious, suspecting that Eric might actually be the CEO of M Group. He then instructed his son to investigate Eric's true identity. Meanwhile, at the factory, Eric's grandmother insisted on moving in with Anna. However, Eric, worried about exposing his identity, refused by saying that as newlyweds, they needed privacy. Concerned that his grandmother would feel lonely, Anna promised to visit her often. Overjoyed, the grandmother gifted Anna a jade bracelet, a family heirloom traditionally passed down only to the family's daughters-in-law. Eric secretly rejoiced, realizing that his grandmother had already accepted Anna. At that moment, Eric received a call from his cousin Jason, asking why he hadn't come to the hospital and inquiring about the old man he was treating. Eric told Jason to focus on the treatment and promised to explain everything when they met. Meanwhile, Ashley pleaded with Jason to take her to see Eric's grandmother. Understanding her situation, Jason agreed to help. The grandmother was delighted to see her grandson Jason, but the moment Ashley appeared, her expression turned cold. Furious, she ordered Ashley to leave immediately, blaming her for betraying Eric's love years ago. However, Jason defended Ashley, asking his grandmother to give her a chance to explain. Ashley, appearing sorrowful, claimed that 8 years ago, She had been diagnosed with cancer and chose to leave Eric because she didn't want to become a burden to him. Fortunately, with advanced medical treatment abroad, she had fully recovered and now wished to reconcile with Eric. Feeling sympathetic after hearing her story, the grandmother decided not to expose Eric and Anna's marriage for now, allowing them to handle it themselves. However, no one knew that Ashley had long been married and had children overseas. Her so-called cancer was merely an excuse to gain Eric's forgiveness. In reality, she had returned because her husband's company was on the verge of bankruptcy, and she planned to exploit Eric to seize his wealth. That night, after returning home, Eric told Anna that Jason had agreed to perform her grandfather's surgery. Overjoyed, Anna impulsively threw herself into his arms, and in the heat of the moment, the two accidentally kissed. Gathering her courage, Anna confessed that she wanted to build a happy life with him. Eric smiled in response. Encouraged, Anna boldly suggested that he could share a room with her from now on. Unable to contain his joy, Eric lifted her into his arms and carried her into the bedroom. The next morning, after Anna left for work, Eric also departed in his luxury car. From a distance, Anna's cousin witnessed this scene and immediately began tailing Eric. Arriving at Eric's company, Anna's cousin confirmed that Eric was indeed the CEO of M Group. Without delay, he rushed home to inform his parents. Upon learning the truth, Anna's uncle and aunt started plotting how to expose Eric's real identity and reclaim Anna's grandfather's factory. That same day, Anna visited her grandfather in the hospital, hoping he would regain consciousness soon. Suddenly, she remembered the elderly woman she had once saved and decided to contact her, expressing her desire to visit. Eric's grandmother then arranged to meet Anna at another residence. Overhearing this, Jason became worried that Grandma might be in danger. He immediately contacted Ashley, asking her to check on the situation. Eric's grandmother was delighted to see Anna, while Anna noticed a photograph on the table. However, the grandmother quickly put it away to prevent her from discovering Eric's identity. Just then, Ashley arrived to see the grandmother. Anna opened the door and was stunned to see her. She sincerely thanked Ashley for donating money to help her years ago, but Ashley was completely confused, not knowing what Anna was talking about. When Anna asked how Ashley and grandmother knew each other, grandmother explained that Ashley was her grandson's ex-girlfriend. Anna then introduced herself, saying that she met the grandmother after saving her. As Anna was leaving, Ashley followed her and subtly suggested that she should stop visiting the grandmother, worried that she might take Eric away. Anna quickly clarified that she was already married, reassuring Ashley that there was nothing to worry about. However, Ashley suddenly noticed the heirloom jade bracelet on Anna's wrist and was shocked. She immediately questioned its origin. Before Anna could answer, the grandmother appeared and explained that she had given it to Anna as a token of gratitude for saving her life. Despite the explanation, Ashley became suspicious and secretly hired a private investigator to follow Anna. Soon after, she received a set of photos showing Anna and Eric in intimate moments. Shocked, she silently vowed to take Eric back. Determined, Ashley took the initiative to approach Anna, using the excuse that she had once helped her to befriend her. That same day, Ashley received a forged cancer diagnosis report. She knew this was the perfect opportunity to seek out Eric. At the hospital, Anna and Eric anxiously waited for her grandfather's surgery to finish. Fortunately, the operation was a complete success. Anna insisted on staying until Dr. Jason came out so she could personally thank him. At that moment, Eric gently held Anna's hand, preparing to finally reveal his true identity. However, before he could speak, Anna's relatives suddenly appeared. Her cousin immediately accused Eric of deceiving Anna by hiding his real identity as the wealthy CEO. Despite the accusations, Anna chose to trust Eric and firmly stood by his side. Just then, Jason walked out and, in front of everyone, called Eric brother and mentioned Ashley. In that instant, Anna completely broke down, realizing that not only had Eric deceived her, but even his grandmother had been involved in keeping the truth from her. Eric tried to explain, but Anna, overcome with anger, refused to listen. As the tense confrontation continued, the deputy factory manager rushed in excitedly, announcing that Anna's grandfather had regained consciousness. Anna immediately ran into the hospital room, only to find Ashley already there. Eric followed closely behind, calling out to Anna. But before he could say anything, Ashley suddenly threw herself into his arms. Eric quickly pushed her away, trying to explain, but Anna was already furious. Without hesitation, she ordered him to leave the room. Meanwhile, Anna's relatives swarmed in, demanding that she divide the family assets among them. However, her grandfather firmly declared that all his wealth would be left to Anna alone. He even went as far as demanding that the clan leader remove both him and Anna from the family registry. The clan leader, realizing he would gain nothing, was so enraged that he fainted on the spot, abandoning any further attempts to claim the inheritance. Later, Anna's grandfather gently asked her what had happened between her and Eric. Without hiding anything, Anna admitted that she liked Eric but could not accept his deception. Outside the hospital room, Ashley tried to explain herself to Eric, presenting a medical diagnosis claiming she truly had cancer. Just then, Anna walked out of the room. Eric immediately reached for her hand, but at the same time, Ashley grabbed onto his other arm. Looking straight at Ashley, Eric firmly declared that their past was over. The only woman he loved now was Anna. He pleaded with Anna to give him another chance, but she remained resolute. Without hesitation, she uttered the words divorce and turned away. Eric watched her leave, his heart aching as he murmured under his breath, "I will never divorce you." Stay tuned for part 2 to see if they will find their way back to each other.